Growing up from a very young age, I was told that I should have been aborted and that life would be easier that way. Because of the things that I experienced in my past, I found myself very rebellious. I got into boys and partying and just all the things that you wouldn't want your teenage daughter getting into. I ended up pregnant and was forced to have an abortion due to the situation and the circumstances. I've gone through sexual assault, addiction, which all led me to a very dark place, which is where I was last year. I had suffered 3 miscarriages with John, had a best friend that had moved up to Washington, and she entered the Dream Center, which is a really great program that I later entered into, that pretty much saved my life. And right away, God grabbed my heart and made me feel hope in a place in my life where I hadn't felt hope in about 10 years. And very shortly after being there, I found out that I was pregnant. God really gave me what it was that I was grieving over. I came here and I interviewed and moved from the Dream Center after about 5 months into Life Services maternity home. Walking into the maternity home was exciting, but also a little nerve-wracking. My experience with the house parents, Richard and Denise, has been amazing. They are now my Spokane parents. Denise has really stepped up to a mother role for me. Every girl having a baby needs that support of a mother. So Denise has shown me so much love and really touched my heart and given me that love that I didn't receive. So the time that I reached out to John was in a transitional period for me where I was leaving the Dream Center and coming to Life Services. And Denise and Richard made sure that each of my conversations with John were very intentional, and they were directed towards positive things and growth. I told him that I was pregnant, but I also told him that I couldn't be with him anymore and that I wanted somebody that I could share what I found and share everything that I'm experiencing and someone that can pray for me when I'm having a rough day. And to my surprise, he said, "What do I need to do?"
And she said, "Well, you need to come up to Washington and you need to find God and you need to become a believer and you need to change your ways." And so I said, okay. And I arrived here at Life Services. The house dad here, Richard, came out and he wanted to meet me and make sure I was, okay. And then I ended up at the UGM. And Richard was actually the one that helped me get in, told me about the UGM and told me about the shelter. I lived at the UGM I stayed there for about 3 months. The house of the Lord. I did have a very, very big encounter with Jesus. We get up there and I walk in, just something came over me. And from that point on, it's been awesome.
So he proposed and we got married about 2 months later, and a week later she decided to enter the world a little bit early. And then we moved into a host home that is provided here by Life Services.
We have a solid foundation to where I can be a better, a godly father and a better husband to provide for her and Selah. Life Services has truly was our starting block.
Without Life Services, we would be in a definite different place.